Arsenal are favourites. And I literally said this before the Man City game last week. I said, if Arsenal lose, they're still in the lead because they have the points on the board. Now, obviously, City came back and came top in the midweek against Burnley, and they went top. At that point in time, City were favourites to win the title. But right now, Arsenal have just beat Newcastle and have returned to the top of the Premier League. Yes, City have a game in hand, but getting the points on the board, they're certain now. Having games in hand and shit is not certain. So look, I get it, and we're going to talk about yesterday's game, Arsenal-Newcastle, because obviously it was a big game for Arsenal coming into this at home off the back of some really bad performances and results in April, and I'm assuming they wanted to, finish April right in the Premier League anyway, up against a Newcastle team which have been doing absolutely crap themselves. And honestly, I think the first half Arsenal took the game to them. They took the game to them. I think second half Newcastle played very well, and you saw elements of, like Arsenal sitting back almost a little bit. Now, one thing I want to touch upon is these corners. So, set pieces have been a thing for the last couple of years for Arsenal. But this time they went for short corners, and it didn't work, I think, the first time or second time. But the third time, I think it was the third time, it worked when Havertz did well to hold up the ball, which is something Gyökeres can never do. I've never seen him do that, to be honest with you. Laid it offset Eze, I don't know how to say it. But yeah, Eze literally curled it into the top left corner. Insane finish. Absolutely insane finish. And he is a quality player. We even saw it when he hit the post against City. This guy can literally produce moments of magic, which not many people can in this Arsenal team. So you have to basically play into that guy's strengths. But I think for me, one thing I want to really touch upon is squad depth. Now, this has been mentioned a lot of times this season, especially with Arsenal. They've had the best squad. I even said it. They've got the best squad in Europe. However, my tactics changed on that a little bit. Maybe not my tactics, but I think how you build a squad is different to having just the best squad depth. And that building a squad provides, if done in the right way, provides better squad depth. And I think that is, again, what's undone Arsenal this year, because you've seen them bring in players like Madueke, Norgard, and other players as well who just haven't been able to, rotate fully in. And it's because Mikel doesn't trust them, because realistically, they're not good enough. When you build a squad, this is what I'm getting at. When you build a squad and you're trying to get more depth, the way you do it is you try and get someone in that position who you believe is actually potentially better than the person you already have in that position. And yes, it might upset a few apple carts and whatnot. So what I'm trying to say is, if you've got Saka on the right wing, okay, get someone in who you think is going to challenge Saka for that position. Like, you're going to literally have to think like, oh crap, you know what? This person deserves to be starting. With Norgard as well, you in the centre mid position, you bring in people who you believe will challenge Declan Rice, challenge Zubimendi in that position. I know Zubimendi was brought in anyway, but he was a replacement. But Arsenal haven't done that. What they've done is they've thought, all right, Saka's our starter. We just need someone to back him up. But the issue with that is that person will never have enough game time, enough starts and whatnot. And then you're going to basically be in the same position where Saka gets burnt out, gets injured, and then you're like, oh crap, this next person who's coming in isn't of that same quality, so can't replicate what Saka was doing in terms of output. And I think that's where Arsenal have really fallen short. Look, they can still win 2 trophies this year, which would be incredible for them. I think 1 trophy right now, it would be incredible. But yeah, that's I think that's what I just want to say into the squad depth. They just haven't done it in the right way. Like, you look at Man City, the way that they bring players in, they bring players in to start. And then some players get annoyed. Like, look at Grealish, right? So Grealish was brought in. Yes, he won the treble and he was pretty good that season. But then they brought in players like Doku and whatnot. And then Grealish found himself on the bench more times than not. But then it's up to Grealish to be like, no, I deserve to start. So then he should up his game. That's the way you build a squad. Why do you think you never really know? Right, it's only been the last month, I'd say. Prior to that, you didn't really know who was going to start for City. And yes, that's partly to do with Pep just didn't know what his best team was. But at the same time, it was because everyone was pushing each other. And that's how you build a squad. That's how you win things. I want to get on to Gyökeres just because I hate him. But I just feel as though there needs to be some real sort of, look, this guy won like, what was it? The Golden Boot. Is it called the Pichichi Award? Where you win like the most goals in Europe award. He won that last season. Yeah, well done, bro. You played in Portugal. And I think look, we had Darwin Núñez who came over from Liverpool, came over from there to Liverpool and did crap. I actually think Darwin Núñez is better than Gyökeres. I'm saying it. I just don't know what Gyökeres brings to this team, to be honest with you. I think you could get a team like a striker from the bottom half easily, and he would do better than Gyökeres in this team. And I think that's the biggest shortcoming of Arsenal. Like, do they go out in the summer now and get another striker? And then what happens to Gyökeres? I think you have to keep him right now, right? But I don't know. Like, I just think Arsenal's squad depth thing is just shocking. Like, because you've got Havertz and Gyökeres fighting for that position. Who Havertz is better than Gyökeres in my opinion, but he's not an out and out number 9. But he can link up better with Saka and when Martinelli was firing or Trossard. Yeah, like I just don't understand Arsenal's policy in terms of, you know, you got Saka, you had Ethan Nwaneri backing him up last year. How is he worse than Madueke? Why has he had to go out on loan because Madueke's come in? I just don't, it just makes no complete sense to me. And now I'm just going to look at Newcastle, okay? So Newcastle, Eddie Howe under massive pressure. Bruno Guimaraes was back for this game, which did make a big effect. So I think in the second half especially, I thought Tonali played well as well. For me though, starting Asula over your 2 big money striker options that you bought in the summer is insane. And I think Wissa's been absolutely crap, and he missed a massive chance at the end, absolute mong. But Walter Marder, I don't know what he's done, because he had such a great start, and even when his goals dried up a little bit, he was contributing a lot to the team. And then he started playing him in midfield weirdly. Like, I don't know what this guy's done to... Has he literally taken over... What's the guy's name? The second-hand guy to Eddie Howe, who apparently is like doing some cook stuff with Eddie Howe's wife, allegedly. Has he took over that role and he's got pissed off? I don't know. I don't know what's happened behind the scenes. But you've got Walter Marder, who I rate so highly on the bench. And Asula, look, he's shown flashes that he can be okay. He scored an amazing goal against Man United, which hurts me. But yesterday he had a chance where he just absolutely fluffed his lines. And I was like, Walter Marder would have put that away. I just don't know. I don't know for Eddie Howe, man. I think he's going. He's definitely going, man. I don't see... Yeah, I know, look, I know this was a hard game for them, but some of the selection stuff, I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. Elanga has done really crap this season, like done nothing, and they spent a lot of money on him. You need to, I'm going to do another video on like Man United's midfield, but you have to basically buy players for the style you're trying to play, not just because, you know, they've done well at another team in the Prem and you're like, oh, this person, we should get him right now. That's what Chelsea do, and look at them. You need to really understand, like, I don't know, it just makes no fucking sense to me. But look, at the end of the day, Arsenal top, well done to them, as much as I pray on their downfall. But look, they got the job done, 1-0 at home, and they move on. And like I said, points of the board is better than hypothetical points of the board. So they're in the lead right now, man. I don't know why Arsenal fans are getting tetchy and all this stuff. I literally said this, if they lose to City, they still have the same chance as City do as winning the title. But now the fact that they've actually played a game extra and got the points, they're ahead. And we know that City obviously beat Southampton, which I think was a lot closer than most people expected. So City are through now to the final of the FA Cup, could do the domestic treble. I'm hoping they do the domestic double and just win the Premier League, and then someone else, like, I hate Leeds, but Chelsea, for instance, win the FA Cup. That'd be class. But yeah, all in all, a weird weekend in football. It's always weird when you have the sort of some teams playing FA Cup, some playing Premier League. Had a massive effect on my FPL, which, to be honest, I took my foot off the gas on FPL when I forgot to change the team for like 7 weeks in a row. But the last couple of weeks, I've actually been like, oh, I need to use I never use them chips. So I was like, I need to use them chips. So I've started using them chips now. I used what did I use this week? I used a free hit this week because obviously loads of people were out. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you want to see. I will be doing a lot more videos. Like I said, I want to say sorry for missing yesterday. I just had a lot on, and I could have recorded a video but not edit it in time. So I was like, there's no point doing it because football moves so fast. But yeah, daily videos. Catch you tomorrow. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, peace. Bye.